This article, Three Steps to Slash Your 2013 Taxes, really answers the question that every business owner really has when they filed their tax return for 2012. When they wrote that check to the IRS, I'm sure you were thinking, did I pay the least amount possible? My answer is probably going to be no, because you didn't do any tax planning. All right? Even if you did tax planning, you probably didn't do the most important steps. So let's talk about this. As a tax preparer, when I'm doing your tax return, my focus, first of all, it's historic. It already happened. It's 2013. I'm doing 2012's tax return. All right. So there's really not much I can do. I have a very limited number of things I can do, and my focus is on preparing a tax return in a way that is accurate, follows the law, keeps you out of jail, and pay the least amount that I can based on what's happened in 2012. Tax planning has to happen before the end of the year. That's when you save money. And it really happens based on two important things. One, sitting down with a tax preparer that actually knows what they're doing and rearranging your business in a way that takes advantage of all the law. All right. To do this, you need a coach. You need somebody like myself or your tax preparer who focuses on saving money, that knows the law, that can talk to you and spend the time with you in mid-year and year-end to go over your situation, review your numbers, and say, here's some options you can do to cut your taxes. If you go back into the October magazine and look at it, we did an interview with Ed Lyons, we went into a pretty good discussion. We have some great articles in there about why and how tax planning works. But the whole key to it is really two things. One, you're doing it before year-end, and two, you're learning how to do something in a way that basically, how to arrange what you're already doing in a way that maximizes your tax deduction. An example I've used more than once is, I had a taxpayer who had a rental property in Kentucky where they came from, and they were here in the Army. And they wanted to go visit their parents. Well, if you go for a trip, of which it's a 4-day trip and 1 day is business, since it's less than 50%, you only get the actual expenses in 1 day. All right, but there's a little thing in the law that says, let's say the ticket on Monday or Tuesday is a lot cheaper than the ticket on the weekend, which is very common, especially if you're willing to fly at an off time. Then if the reason I went on Monday was to save money, then I can deduct the whole weekend. Now, once they understand that, they do a little bit of research, they find the ticket they want, they go on Thursday, they go on Friday, and they deal with it, they know what's going on, and then Saturday and Sunday they visit their family, and the whole thing's deductible. All right? It's just a matter of understanding the law in a way to apply it to your circumstances. So what we're doing is saying, all right, there's 3 steps to cut your taxes. The first we talked about. Make sure you make an appointment with a tax preparer who also does planning. So you want somebody who's very busy in November and December, because that's when you do key planning. If you think you had a big year, you might want to see him in July. That's the best time. If your sales have doubled, don't wait till November, December. Come see him in July. The second thing you want to do is bookmark some tax blogs. One of the articles I gave you, the 6 best tax blogs out there that I would go see, one of them is ours, because I'm really humble. So don't worry, go get them. That's how we contact most of the 600 clients we have and tell them ways to save money. You're going to do a little bit of work to educate yourself. Don't do it yourself. When you see something, the best thing that works for me, somebody says, hey, I read your blog. How does that apply to me? Because every situation is different in those blogs. None of the blogs can go into your situation. But at least you start to realize, hey, I'm doing insurance. I might be able to get the insurance credit. How do I do that? Make that call. The third thing is understanding that our tax system is so invasive that it applies to everything you do, all through the day, all 365 days, especially if you're in business. So set aside some time every month to manage your income taxes just like any other expense you would manage. Take a look. In June, we're going to be launching a program that will help you accomplish this. We're calling it Innovative Tax Strategies. It's designed to help you manage your taxes and ensure you're paying the lowest. What we're going to do is every month, by the way, we covered in this magazine, so this magazine will help you some. But in this, what we're basically doing is having a monthly newsletter with tax news, tax cutting tips and techniques. We're going to have a webinar every month that's basically going to discuss the latest tax changes with an emphasis towards small business owners and small businesses and their owners and how they can use it to their advantage. We'll go in depth in at least one tax tactic and how you can use it. and we'll use a Q&A answer question for any questions that anybody might have. All right. Also, we're going to do mid-year and year-end tax webinars that are for your business, your family, real estate owners, retirees, all those 4 major categories, college students too, as in family. So one of the reasons why that's important is because if you don't know the rules of the game, you can't play. Well, you can play, you're just going to lose. And this is about winning the tax game, because the whole idea here is to put more money in your pocket so that you can use it for what you want. Let's have some fun. Look, taxes is boring. Ain't no doubt about it. But so is a lot of stuff in your business that you have to manage is boring. But you do it because it helps you save money. Taxes may be boring, but saving taxes isn't, because then you can spend it on vacation, buy that new car you want, or buy the newest iPad so you can get our magazine, send one to your friend, whatever. Anyways, until next time, let's cut our taxes and let's save as much money as we can so that we can have the best 2013 ever. Thank you.